All right, COTA West in the truck. Once again, I have enlisted the help of Alex because I don't like COTA. I really don't. But I will talk about it a bit. First off, I'm going to tell you the settings he used. He used 12 to 1 steering ratio, 0 offset, and 60% brake bias. That's a little crazy low for a road course. So if you're struggling with control, you can raise that brake bias, but just know you're going to have some trouble with some turning rotation. You might lock up a little bit easier. So it's kind of darned if you do, darned if you don't type thing. Just warning you guys in advance. So I'm going to play this lap and not commentate over it. Then we'll go back over the lap corner by corner. All right. Nice slap. Nice slap. So going back to the beginning, I have a couple notes from him that he said first. Well, first he says that downshifting, make sure that you do big blips, especially into turn one, because apparently the wheel hop in here is really bad. This truck has such low grip overall here. It's crazy. In fact, you kind of don't even want to use low gear when you don't have to. And if you're like, if you really have to go into first or second for a corner, then you do not want to keep that gear for very long when you're accelerating. You really kind of want to go to third ASAP, just because there's, and you saw a couple times that's there's just so low grip on the acceleration. So here's what he's talking about with the downshifts here. So big blips, big, 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 big. Then you see how he has it in third gear already. He doesn't want to take this through. Right, puts in a second. You can get on the curbs, and you can hit them a bit, but you don't want to hit the yellow part because that'll send you flying. So you can basically go over the curbs to avoid the yellow part. Second gear should be fine, and then he says in here, yeah, you can take a lot of the curbs, but just as straight of a wheel as possible when you're on the acceleration. So here he got some big wheel hop, and again, look at how straight he is on the wheel. And I've said before on road courses, to avoid any sort of wheel hop or loss of control, you want to have as straight of a wheel as possible under the hard braking. And it just seems like this kart really can't take that 90%. You really maybe even only want to touch 85%, 80%, somewhere around there. But it seems like straight wheel 90%, car can't handle it, wheel hops. Maybe it depends on the part of track too with bumps and stuff. It's crazy. Look how low grip that is. Like, he adds half throttle and it spins the car out. Now, granted, he is on the wheel. That is about as much steering wheel as I have seen. So it kind of makes sense using the law of right rear grip is used up by the throttle and the steering wheel. If he was on max steering wheel here and he adds even just a little bit of throttle, it makes sense that he loses the grip there a little bit. So maybe he needed to unwind his wheel just a little bit as he was getting on the throttle. And he was doing it, but maybe just slightly not enough. But still set him up. Maybe a little lucky there. Or maybe he was going for it. Who am I to say? He's a lot better than me. So that this set of corners, you just make a diamond here. Try to get as straight of an exit as possible, otherwise you're not going to have good acceleration. Notice how when he's bringing it through the gears, he's kind of shifting around 7,500, maybe even 7,000 instead of 8,000. Just no grip. Ooh, he brought it all the way to 8,000. Oh, it's because he was just chipping it out. So it looks like this corner is one that you can really cut. This yellow thing is just for show, apparently. And then I believe he really cut this as well. So yeah, those last two curbs are super cuttable. A lot of the other curbs are cuttable, but you do want to be careful with some of the S's. I think the ones that you don't want to cut. No, these ones are cuttable. They're just a little sketchy. Like you hear how he bottoms out there. And then S's, yeah. Those yellow parts of the S's is what you want to stay away from. Everything else is pretty darn cuttable. Follow track limits. Of course, iRacing has track limits when real life doesn't seem to have track limits, or at least not more lenient ones. But yeah, other than that, in the race, I would try to keep high gear as much as you can. It'll keep your tires as long as possible. Gonna be really tough to keep grip, but that's how you're gonna save your tires. Your rears are gonna be lit up no matter what, and so it's just whoever does the best. All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope to see you all on the track.